and you know, and we're all very well aware at this point that Esau causes his own calamities. What is that? What Kale? What is it? Problem, actions, solution. Was it the Hegelian dialect or something like that they call it? And that's exactly what I believe that they're about to do. They're about to pull another incident and blame it on somebody else, so that they have reason to move forward, you know, and do what they're gonna do. So if somebody could get real quick, get Second Ezra 9.
I got it. Oh, you want to start at the top?
Started one through like 6.
Fine. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath the end, for all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs." And that's what we're seeing today. These effects and signs. The scriptures talk about, hey, you know that summer is not. When you see all the buds on the trees coming, you know that summer is not. Those are the effects and signs to show you that summer is not. So then it says, so likewise, when you see these particular things, know that it's the Lord's coming. You see, and the things that's going on in the world today, and some things that we're going to touch on through the Spirit, these are the signs of the coming of our Lord and Savior, man. So you can straighten up and fly right, man. Get yourself together and be unified with the mindset of YAHAWASHI, because that's only who he's coming to save. Everybody that was, he says, hey, if you're not with me, you against me. That's right, brother. He said, it is better that a millstone, all right, was hanged upon your neck, man.
Yeah, the Lord is only coming for his elect.
That's it.
I got scripture to back you up, y'all.
Yep.
Because what you just said and whatnot, you said that these are the signs and things of this nature, and who is he going to have speaking those signs?
His prophet.
His prophet.
That's it.
So this is Ezekiel 12. I'm going to start 21. "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus says Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision." And we know vision was what? A seer, and a seer goes back to being a prophet as well. Okay? "For there shall be no more any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the words that I shall speak shall come to pass." So those prophets are going to speak. They're going to either be saying something that's still in the book as a prophecy that's come to pass, or they go be reporting it as it's happening as a news reporter, linking it back to the prophecy that was written thousands and thousands of years beforehand anyway.
That's it. That's what heralds do. The prophets are heralds, man.
Hear ye, hear ye.
And watchers and heralds, we watch, and then we see whatever the Lord tells us the secret, we proclaim on the rooftop.
Yeah, what's that game? They run around finding stuff, and the dude was climbing all over the place. Assassin thing.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed.
I used to watch my son play Assassin's Creed, and there was a dude that was standing, a herald was standing in the street and spread propaganda. The dude would be, you could go up and pay the dude, and he changed the stories. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
All right, but
Controlling the narrative.
But right here, this is from End Time Headline, and this is I think they're on Instagram and on TikTok. But it says, Biden administration warns U.S. forces prepare for cyber attacks. as nationwide infrastructure is targeted. So how, it's like Pop said. Look, the America kicked off with a false flag event.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it was called the Boston Tea Party.
That's right.
All right, they destroyed some stuff. All right, and then blamed it on the natives. All right, and we still to this day don't know how many natives died as a result of that lie.
That's right.
How they were targeted. And that's exactly what this man does. There was an event that took place I think it was in Florida at a nightclub, and this is going to show you how ruthless this man is. There was an event that took place in a Florida nightclub where some guy, went into a club and unalived a lot of people, and it served so many benefits. How they say don't let a good crisis
Go to waste.
Go to waste, because now they were able to target actual legal gun owners. And they want to take away all the ARs and any semi-automatic, anything that can hold over a certain amount of rounds or can fire over and over without cocking and reloading.
Right.
They want to get rid,
Military
and then of course they had the dude interviewed the dude in the hospital, the Ephraimite dude, and in the video I think he had a cast on one hand, but the next video was on the other hand. It's just they just got caught in so many lies, and it turned out, and I was trying to find the video so I could actually play it, but make the long story short, it turns out that it wasn't an attack on the alphabet people at all. It was a dude that was he was either from Iran or Iraq, and he targeted the place simply because he wanted to lash out at Americans for the oppression that was being done to his people.
Mm.
All right, and so they completely swept it under the rug. And what they don't like to acknowledge is that this administration and the one before it and the one before it and the one before it have committed so many heinous, hateful acts toward other people. All right, and then you have citizens of those lands that live here in this land that haven't forgotten.
Period.
Or they came here and grew up here with their whole intent was looking for the day that they can get some get back. All right, it's funny how Israel has the right to defend itself, but no one else does. All right, I just find that very interesting that they have the right to defend themselves even when they're not being attacked. But anyone else defends themselves, they're labeled the T word.
Hey, what do they do?
Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
The hypocrites.
What do they do with them guys that was part of the so-called Gestapo that supposedly did all the rounding up and all that other stuff
they chased them down and they were taking 90-year-old
there it is. That's the age I'm looking
Nazi
for.
officers and supposed former German soldiers. You rounded them up from all over the world in wheelchairs with oxygen came and hauling them in to put them in prison for the rest of their lives. And they already got 1.5 foot in the grave already anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
For 2 minutes.
That's all they got. 2 minutes worth of life still in them.
Right.
And then that's another thing. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was just talking about that with somebody. It was either earlier today or yesterday. How because the number is changing, so I'm gonna go with the lower number. Supposedly about 80 to 79 million people died during World War II, but for some strange reason, only 6 million matter.
Right.
Wow.
79 million people died. Horrific, horrible deaths, painful deaths, starvation, shot, blown up, tortured, whatever. 79 million, but only 6 million matter. All right, so. So the other 73 million, fuck them. Their lives
don't count.
They don't count. Their lives were worthless. That's what these people are. So I'm gonna play a video. All right, just to give you an example of the hypocrisy, man. I meant to bring my little speaker. And I forgot it.
I can put it. If you send it to me, I can put it on.
All right, but then that's what I'll do. I'll send it to you, brother. But basically, it's of a man. He's in a C-19er meeting, and he's pointing out, and everything he's speaking is related to the C-19er event and everything that took place in this town hall meeting or whatever it was, and they were trying to silence him because he was giving up all the names of all the people who made the decisions, and that's also. This same group of people was trying to say, oh, he's out of order. oh, that's, you know, oh, you're being racial or whatever. They were trying to complain to shut him up. But the person in control kept saying, no, he's not being derogatory. It's okay to say that word. He didn't say it in a bad way. Let him speak. And he's like, yeah, because it's all related to the subject matter. So let me pull it up real quick. Let me send it to you, brother.
Okay.
Because it's a very powerful video. He went in on them, and they didn't like it. You know, there's a certain group of people that wear small hats that don't like, you know, when they get exposed.
Oh, Shirley Temple Curl.
The curly fries.
Yeah, those dudes.
That I don't like.
Yeah, just sent it to you, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay, you sent it to me on Instagram.
I sent it on, yeah, because that's why I got it on
No,
something.
okay,
Right.
perfect. I'm going to.
Yeah, he lit their ass up. And you can hear them trying to complain, and you can hear whoever Jennifer is, he's like, I love you, Jennifer. Because Jennifer keeps, when they trying to counsel him, Jennifer had the ultimate authority when he gets to speak. So she kept telling all them, you know, all the small hats to shut up and let him speak. So kudos to Jennifer, whoever she is.
That's right.
Because, you know, real quick before, while he's finding to get 2 Thessalonians 2:8. Right? Because these people are being found out, man. You know, all these events, you know, and then when you speak against these, you know, when you bring out information, they want to call you conspiracy theorists.
Of course.
You know, that's their favorite word. They love that one. You know, or the anti-word. You know.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then till that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Go ahead and break it down, brother.
Yeah, it say, and then till the wicked be revealed. Going back to Malachi 1:4, the wicked is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Because he's not white, he's red.
That's
He
right.
placed that white label upon him, man. All right? And it says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Going back to the prophets, he's been found out, he's been destroyed. His image has been destroyed, it says in Jeremiah, man. The Lord is making him bare, man. Right? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Because eventually, once the Lord comes on the scene, he's going to be physically taken out of power. Right now, he's been brought up on charges. He's been shown to be fraudulent. All right? And he can't hide himself anymore. So now, once the Lord finished charging through the prophets, he's going to be totally destroyed, man.
I got it.
That's right. Go ahead and break it down, brother.
Con. Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
And lying wonders. That would be his technology, man.
Yep.
Right? The Lord, you know, the Lord. And the crazy thing, you know, you think about a lot of the technology that Esau uses was made by Jake anyway.
That's right.
Esau just got control over it.
And all the patents.
All right, including the most of the stuff we're using right now. They love to bring up, you know, Microsoft, Bill Gates, Bill Gates. What was the other dude?
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. All right, but when you know, but you wouldn't have the internet without Jacob. You wouldn't have. As a matter of fact, the most used app every day, which is that GPS global positioning.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
created
Jake
by a
Morgan,
so-called
right,
black
Jake.
woman.
Yeah.
All right? There's nothing that's used more than that. Every day. All day long. All right? People are using GPS when they're driving. All right? The app drivers, the
Lyft and the Uber.
the Lyft and Uber, trucking, whatever it is, man. Somebody just on a road trip, they're all using it. But then, you know, it's funny because the Edomite will fix their lips to say something stupid like, you know, that our people have
Contributed
nothing. Yeah. Shut your stupid ass up.
Well, if you look at Jake and technology, Jake is really the only ones that's creating technology to advance society. Esau creates technology to destroy society.
That's what he is.
Yeah, the one Nigerian, he just made a car that could run off water, stuff like that.
That's old.
I know it's old, and he gonna die because every time they do, whoever invent one, they get killed.
They disappear, and then you never hear about their
Inventions.
their technology anymore either. Right?
It's another dude who they almost killed a couple times. He's developed a device to where it runs off the radio waves in the atmosphere. So he figured out how to pull the energy from the radio waves and make electricity from it. And he
That's cold. Electricity is in the air.
It's in the
everywhere.
trees. Did you see that?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
You can actually take in the daylight between and anytime between morning and night, and then daylight, you can tap a tree and they have electricity in the trees and
It's
do
photosynthesis.
Well, they even show you that. Look, they even show you that in the Matrix movies. We're electric. We have electricity in us. They're using us as battery power to power their machines. You got it. Pull that video up real quick.
I have it, but I can't play it here because they want me to sign in. I don't even know my login. I got it here, so you can hear it.
Okay, con.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, one second.
Now.
Who's in charge of the CDC that was controlling the talking
Look at
about
the
government
soundbar.
shut down small businesses, what they recommend for the mandates, the vaccine, and Pfizer and all. At the time when COVID was being enacted, I'm going to read off the staff of who's in charge of the CDC. The director of the CDC was Rochelle Walensky, dual citizenship with Israel, she's a Jew. Deputy director of the CDC, Ann Shawalchi, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC chief of staff, Sherry Berger, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC chief medical officer, Mitchell Wolf, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC director of the Washington office. This is pertinent to the topic. We're talking about COVID, right? Yeah. This is pertinent to COVID. So I love you, Jennifer. Yeah, please. So, director of the CDC of the Washington office, Jeff Resnick, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. COVID czar, Jeff Zings, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. COVID senior advisor, Andy Slavin, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Assistant of Health Secretary for Human Services in our country, the Assistant of Health Secretary, Rachel Levine, transgender, dual citizenship with Israel, SU.
Can I ask that you hold off, Christopher?
Ma'am, I'm almost done.
The chair has ruled that your comments are out of order. She's asked you to stop.
He wasn't doing it the same name.
The chair has.
Exactly. Okay, but keep on going. Head of Pfizer vaccines, Alabama, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Pfizer chief scientist Michael Dawson, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Moderna chief scientist Paul Zacks, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. BlackRock, everyone know BlackRock? BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. I said we're willing to sacrifice our ego, our reputation, and our lives. Yes, ma'am, and I love you. I appreciate your patience. BlackRock president Rob Capital, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. The CDC chief medical officer of Johnson & Johnson, Joanne Walsh-Riker, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Chief medical officer of Merck, Michael Rosenthal, with Israel, Jew. Head advisor of the World Economic Forum, Yuval Harari, dual citizenship.
They cut his mic. You can stop it right there. But the thing is that he lit their ass up, and you saw all the small hatters in the room were trying to, oh, he's out of order, and this is Michael, please, and that's derogatory, and then Jennifer was like, how's this derogatory?
Y'all call yourself Jew.
You are a Jew, right? There's nothing wrong. He didn't say anything bad about anything Jew. He just pointed out the fact that these people on this list happen to be Jews, and it's not just the CDC. You got APAC, you got the ADL, you got what's the other one? The BlackRock. What's the other one?
Vanguard.
No, the UC. You got JDL too. I mean, why is it that this particular group of people has so many agencies in America? They have dual citizenship, and they dictate. They have lobbying and they dictate policy of things that are happening in America to American citizens, but they have dual citizenship and they're well, it's not really their home country, but it's the country where they're from. It comes first.
That's right.
Why should Americans stand for that? It's like where's the German pack? Where's the Russian pack?
Right.
Where's the Chinese pack?
Right.
Why
You mention this all the time. How can unelected officials have more authority in the WH to the fucking O to the C to the creation of diseases and so forth. Your doctor fraud.
And see, like you said, the HWO, CDC, the CDC and things, Center of Disease Creation,
Right.
all right, all these other entities, they're unelected officials, but yet they control of world policy. So why are you Americans allowing that to happen, entering into foreign treaties? All right, whatever codes and statutes that they come with, all right, cannot supersede or overpower the law of the land.
That's right.
All right, so basically what has happened here, and this is what Americans are waking up to, all right, on a mass scale, is that America is not for Americans anymore. America is for big corporations, and the majority of the big corporations are owned and ran by small hatters.
Can I back you up?
Absolutely.
I got two quick ones. This is Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. If it wasn't for the power of YAHAWASHI, all you and your secret shits, a lot of this information wouldn't come out. But now the whistleblowers got whistleblowers blowing on the whistleblower. Everybody telling on each other.
Witchcraft and
Right?
worship.
The Lord said, He said, it caused their tongue to fall upon themselves.
John Ritter tearing their ass up.
Yes.
The
Yes,
former Marine, UN weapons inspector.
Mhm.
I believe they're gonna kill him. I think they about to unalive John Ritter. He going too hard on Amalek.
This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All of this is the devices to Esau Edom. His rhetoric, his codes, his maritime bullshit versus the laws and the technology and the narrative. Esau knows what the fuck he's doing, but the Most High is disappointing his devices. He's exposing his devices. He's making him bare. Now Esau Edom is looking like, well, this is not fair to me. You know what I'm saying? The scripture, he that is evil to himself. Now you're fucking up your own.
Yeah.
Now they're telling him.
And now it's becoming common argument with Americans now. And I was saying this way back in 2005, and I've spoken on it a few times, in lessons. But the fraud with the, so now isn't only the fraud with Title 4D, but you got fraud with the IRS and the Federal Reserve. And that fraud being that, they're all these officials and former IRS and Federal Reserve employees that were high ups all coming out telling you that there's no law that says you have to pay taxes on income.
Right.
Right. And look, we're not, and I knew this. I mean, I got into lost some clients behind this. The damn argument got so heated. Back in Fitness Image on Wabash, where my dojo used to be. There's one of the ladies there. Her husband was a tax guy, so she trying to go back and forth for me. And I told her, what your husband's doing is illegal. He's making money. He's making money off people illegally. Because the fact of the matter is, that's why wages is in parentheses and anything. This is something you can look up for yourself, and there's plenty of people that are reputable people that are speaking about it now. So you can go do your own research. But anything within parentheses don't exist, and that's why they put wages inside of parentheses. All right, wages and income are not the same thing.
That's right, brother.
All right, wages is what you get paid for the day. See, somebody grab the scripture that you're supposed to get paid at the end of the day. All right, with gold or silver. All right, if they actually paid you, everyone at the end of the day, it would actually make people's lives a lot easier. All right, because you wouldn't have to wait, 2-3 weeks or whatever for a big lump sum of money. You always have a little something to get you by and get you going.
I got it.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 24 and 14. Thou shalt not oppress a hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of the strangers that are within thy land, or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At his day you shall give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto Yahweh, and it be sin unto thee.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're supposed to get paid.
There it is, man. That's the law in the Bible. And these people, I don't know if many of you are aware, but the so-called Constitution, all right, was written based upon biblical principles. All right, and the sad thing is that it's actually a pretty solid document if they actually followed it, if they actually applied what it said, because it sounds good on paper.
And they amended it 1,000 times.
Exactly, especially when it comes to people of color. And you got to remember when the Constitution was written, Jake was in slavery, the Southern Kingdom, and as well the northern kingdom too, for that matter. And the northern kingdom was also considered savages and not citizens. All right, because they were getting their land stolen, all right, and taken as the Constitution was being written and put into place.
Was the Star Spangled Banner say no refuge for the hireling and the slave?
Exactly.
That, so during the time of their so-called independence, they were looking at Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native. And, oh, there's no place for you hirelings and you slaves.
Yeah, they leave out that third verse, don't they?
You was counted as 3/5 of. You was counted as 3/5 of a human being.
Because if you just play the melody, you know, you could throw the third verse right in there. All right.
And the fact that he's running these policies like that shows that he's a man of blood. This Sirach 34:21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And that's Esau Edom, man. He's that thief in John 10. It say, he that take away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder, man.
Wow, man. You're a bloodshedder when you're taking a man's way to wages, all right. You take a man's whole income, you know, take his income tax. And you say he owes this and that. He's working and paying taxes, but somehow he still owes. All right?
Yeah,
all right. Now, unless you have a company where you have to actually have earnings is taxable.
Right.
But wages are not. Anyone who punches a clock, if you're a truck driver, if you're a nurse, you know, if you punch a clock, all right, and you check in and then you check out, that's wages. That's not taxable. You already pay taxes on everything.
Right.
When you pay your water bill, your phone bill, when you buy your groceries, when you pay your gas. And guess what? Before the Federal Reserve came into place, America had roads and railways. All right, it had buses, all that, streets and bridges. And then every, you know, and the money that you take for taxes, it goes to pay the interest on the debt this debt-based currency that you're given, man. So the gig is up, and people are talking about it, and they know, since so many people are talking about it. That's another point that the FBI and different entities are talking about is a threat now.
That's right.
That American citizens are ready to rebel against and say, no, we're not paying taxes.
That's why I want to get rid of the internet, because now with TikTok and Instagram and all these social media outlets, you have 1,000,001 people exposing Esau on a level. Hey, this is how you get over this. Hey, when they try to get you on this is what to do. All you got to do, that one lady on TikTok, I got another jewel, I got another secret for you. And they come over to you when they're talking about the child support. You send over there and send this letter and there's so many people just exposing them. So now they're trying to shut that shit down.
I got a scripture real quick. This is Micah 5 and 12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand, and thou shalt know, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. And a lot of that shit that Esau was doing is actually witchcraft.
Yep.
It's them setting up, framing it by law, and then subliminally putting it out there and all of that. Hey, that's all a part of his getting
you to buy into it.
Right, getting you to buy into his witchcraft. And now he being exposed on a level to where now that shit ain't working like that no more. People are starting to see, not only Jake, but the world is starting to see, like, this dude full of shit.
Yep, and that's that was the whole point. I guess to back you up. The whole point of the internet, like Ilya Ryan said, they gonna cut it. It's Daniel 12:4.
Yeah, because the internet is the big pusher of their witchcraft.
Yep.
You know?
It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Because you got news by the minute now, man. Usually you have to wait for a certain time of the day for the news reporter to report things. Now everybody's a goddamn reporter, really, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got a phone, they pull it out, and it's going right to the internet, right there.
People are reporters when they're not even trying. And it's funny, I'm trying to pull up some of these videos and it's controlling the algorithm. All right, and they keep giving me, you know, about people committing fraud with taxes instead of their taxes being fraudulent.
See, that's
so they're controlling, you know.
I got a scripture real quick. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed.
right.
Now they're hid that shall not be known. And what's happening is that the devil is being exposed. And he's being exposed by the way of the internet, and he's being exposed by the way of the prophets. So what's happening is that this man is trying to he's trying to create damage control, you know. That's why he's throwing out everything is fake news. You know, that's why he's throwing out cause every year conspiracy theories are crazy, this and the third. That's why he unalived people for inventing things that he could have invented 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Had 60 years ago.
Kind of 60 years ago, right? You know. But the Lord is exposing it all now, and he's going to be completely exposed before the Lord blows this place up.
I got scripture back here. This is Obadiah 1:6. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
See, years ago, people didn't hear about the UCC codes. They didn't hear about, it's illegal to pay taxes. If you heard of things of that, that would have been in the conspiracy realm and would have been easily shot down. Everybody would look at you like you're crazy. People wouldn't even pursue it. But now everybody's digging.
You mentioned that, and like I said, and they did that. Like I said, there was a TV show years ago called Barney Miller. And in that TV show, Barney Miller, they was talking about how this guy was talking about the trilateral communion and all that other kind of stuff. And they used to put laugh tracks behind that to make it sound like he was a fucking lunatic or that he was crazy. But that trilateral commission and all the other stuff was real shit. Okay? Real shit.
But they made it mockery though.
They made a mockery, like that what you just said.
That's on the left hand side. They'll put something out, but they'll get it out and make the jokes on it, and just like all the movies with UFOs in it. Well, now people don't they see a so-called UFO. 90% of people are like, oh, that's Project Blue Beam. They're not going to give it to you. They do things like that to control the narrative.
Right.
And to minimize the truth of what is
exactly.
Right. Yep.
I got a scripture. It's Ezekiel 28 and 14. It says, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covers, and I have set thee so." Right? So the Lord basically called Esau the anointed angel that covers.
Lie.
This nigga, this his whole MO is to hide shit, to cover shit, cover the truth.
He covering these videos. I'm trying to hunt for some of these videos, and he covering this shit.
He like, hell no, nope, not today. You know. So that's his thing, man. But the scriptures say that he has set him so. But hey, for Esau to hide this information, it's really just to prove that we telling the truth even so much more. Hey, just like how the apostle Tahar went into the terrorist list, and how we like number 6 or some shit. Great Millstone like number 6. You know, as the most hated. But then at hate groups, and then the Ku Klux Klan is number 44. They in the 40s. Hey, Great Millstone ain't killed nobody. Ain't put hurt nobody, ain't did nothing.
Don't hide the history of the
right. They number 40 something.
The Klan that killed millions, not millions, but hundreds of thousands of Negroes. Great, all that, man. Blew up shit. All right. They didn't even kill small hatters.
They still killing them.
All right.
Took whole towns out.
Set farms on fire.
Hey, will you hear about a brother in Great Millstone setting a fire, or a prophet doing some outlandish madness, man?
Harassing people, phone calls.
Right, you know, that shit ain't heard of. Hey, we'll show you that Esau, that goes back to his witchcraft, trying to control the narrative. But you can't stop the word of the Lord from going out. It's just like the scriptures say, the word that that go up should not go out, should not return to me void, but it shall accomplish that whereto I sent it. All right, so regardless of you trying to hide it, the Lord gonna bring that information out. You hiding it is prophecy, and it coming out is prophecy. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're not doing, like the scripture say, you can't do nothing against the truth before it. Right. So you in your trying to hide it, you just showing how much more.
You shining more light on it.
We shining more light on it.
Exactly.
You got Jake that got faith. You got Jake that just got faith off the simple fact. What's the point of hiding it? They gotta be telling the truth because they hiding it. Why y'all taking their videos down? They ain't taking nobody else's videos down. They gotta be saying something, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, people aren't as stupid as you think they are. All right? There's a lot of dumbass people.
Oh God.
That being true. But you know, they don't like the fact that people are wising up. All right? There's a spirit of there's a vibration of rebellion against against unlawful acts, which are being done by the people in charge.
The whole woke,
You know, and they don't like that.
I got a precept. This is Lamentations 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked," which they telling on themselves, making themselves naked. But through the power of YAHAWASHI, all their lies is being exposed. "The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquities, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins," and his sins is being discovered to the whole world. Everybody is finding out that this man is the devil, and he's trying to cover everything up, but ain't nothing being covered up no more. He's sloppy with his work now. He telling he even with his little things where he tried to cover up and try to make more lies, he telling on himself in no videos. It's nothing he can do anymore. You know, this devil is naked now, and he's being exposed, and he gonna get destroyed, man. How about Shemal Shah about to put these hands on him? That's all it is.
Real quick, Isaiah chapter 19 verse 14, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof." It says, "And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof."
Every work.
That's a drunken man.
Not some.
Every.
All his shit falling apart now.
Hey, Esau infrastructure.
He can't commit a fraudulent act without it being ousted. You know, if not that day, the very next day.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they're about to do a movie where they're showing you that they're faking the moon landing in case they didn't make it. Damn. So they're doing a movie where they're showing you that they made a film in case
they didn't.
Right, so that we can show this film, like, you know, so that, come on, man.
A bag up for the bullshit that we get ready to pour.
Exactly. Bullshit for the bullshit.
That's why the Lord said he's exposing everything. He's exposing all the wickedness, man. Yeah, you can't be doing wickedness. This is the time of revealing. This is the time of making bare. Esau bullshit. Yep. 2/3 bullshit. You got it?
No, you got it. You got it, player.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47 and 1. The water.
Never mind. This is
Oh,
Jeremiah.
damn.
It's like it, bro. I got another right. This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare.
Bare.
I have uncovered his secret places."
See, when you bare, you're naked. You're exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have 15 layers of clothes. You don't know somebody concealed and carry, got a knife or whatever. When you bare, you're from the rooter to the tutor.
Everything's
Exposed.
seen.
Everything's out.
Yeah.
The pudenda.
Bucky naked.
Hey, Con, you know, let me read this real quick. All right, this went up real quick. This is a hot scripture on the subject matter. This is 2 Maccabees 7 and 31. Lambacking off of what Mataj brought out, but it says, "And thou hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of God." All right, and so you're right, man. You've been the author of all, not only against us, but against everyone else.
That's right. And
All right, you even screwing your own people over.
Covering
And the matter of fact, the number one whistleblower right now on the planet is Esau. Other Edomites are exposing the shit out of these wicked, cruel, unjust governments and their acts. All right, it's them. I mean, we've been saying it all along, but it's just funny that it seemed like the Psalm 64 and 8 are joining us. You know,
they fell for the narrative too. The Edomites, they fell for the same narrative, and they actually believe that shit.
Yeah, it's like the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Edomites that are coming out saying that yes, we are those people, those Negroes, those Latinos, those natives. They really are the Israelites. Remember that on Van Buren about maybe about 7-8 years back when that French lady walked up, looked at the 12 tribe sign and said she learned that in the 4th grade in France.
That's some shit.
Yeah, she's like, oh wow, I learned that in the 4th grade in France.
That's old.
You know,
Hey,
You thought you knew.
That happened at Bar Rock Camp one time. Somebody came up and he was a teacher or something. He said, "No, everything they saying is true." And the elites know, and the scholars know.
Even Ham.
People know.
Ham
People
came
know.
out. I remember the little Hamite woman that came out, and the elder was going in about the shovel teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you admit she was like, "No, he's right. He's right. We're not the same. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah, because Africans
Hand my bitch.
right? Because actual Africans don't have shovel teeth. And it happened twice. We actually had a dentist that was standing on the line.
The one with that.
He was from Italy.
Cool,
So
yeah,
I think he
he's
was a
white.
Sicilian.
That nigga had money.
Yeah, he had money, and he told his wife to go ahead on
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yep, yeah, he had big money.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, because he was a dentist, and he was like, you know what? How did you know that? He said it's true. He said that he'd been a dentist for 30 years, and that Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were the only people that have those markings in their mouths.
Yeah, because the medical field, they record things like that based off of race.
You have to.
You know, they do that even to this day. Just recently, some nurses came out talking about how they treat black patients different. They treat Edomites and other heathens. You know, so they still have these same practices to this day. They say our bodies are different. They know that. They release the information. And ultimately,
and that goes into a lot of they have a lot of scientific shit that they do to come attack us, and it just shows the coldness of the Lord. He said, "No, there's no enchantment against the righteous, man." And a lot of the things that we would, if it wasn't for the power of the Lord, no flesh would be saved on so many deeper levels. Just breathing and food and the medicine, the shit they spray in the fucking
quick
air.
side note, you know, the spirit that we started off with, Live actually came on and said, "Fuck the nigga woman." Because a lot of these nurses are black women. And this information has been out there. Y'all study this and learn this. And just now it's a few whistleblowers saying this is the secret that they teach y'all.
Yeah.
They say black people, the same shit they been saying back in the 1800s. Black people have a higher pain tolerance. So they can take this amount. They got this so we can get them that. They do a lot of little test runs on you niggas, man. And these black nurses know this, man.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, nurses are some of the most adulterous and some of the most untrustworthy women. And you know, and guess what? School teachers too.
Right.
Hey, you know, and it's funny that y'all
As far
say
as women, because I done dealt with them, I know. And you can also link that right along with policemen and women in uniform, women in the military, all right.
And just women.
Yeah, women.
Right.
Women.
Here in Babylon, yeah.
Women are losing, man. Women are losing, and you are going to play a big part in that civil war too. All right, because a lot of these females, they're gonna be whistleblowers trying to go to Esau over their so-called husbands, thinking to get a leg up. Women are treacherous, man. The Lord said, "From the woman becomes the beginning."
And Esau really is pushing that witchcraft of the nigga woman with with Edom, showing you that Eve and
that bitch.
Eve and the serpent are together.
That's my dog.
I binge watched that show because they kept advertisement, and I noticed that how on the little screen had changed, that little screen that goes across, and you got all the little cartoon things in the background. So I'd always look at it to see what I can find, and I kept seeing something about Spiderwick, and so basically, I ended up binge watching the series. It was free, and I watched it over 2 days. I watched the whole thing, and it turns out, and before I knew that the children were tares, I knew they were tares, because you didn't really get to see their father until like the third episode. They actually showed their father in a picture, and I was like,
Knew it.
yeah, because these they were off. So and then the nigga woman, she goes and gets with another one, and the dude is he's a whole, what do you call him? He wasn't a troll. No, this dude had demonic. He wasn't even human.
Oh,
he
was like a
sorcerer.
Something to see.
Sorcerer is a human.
He wasn't. This dude was. He's not a troll. He was an ogre.
Ogre.
He was an ogre, but he had the appearance of an Edomite. And so you just left one Edomite, ripped your family apart and took them down to Michigan, to this old house in this weird ass little town with all these weird people in it. And you uprooted your family to go get it with another Edomite who's a damn ogre who wants to eat everybody. He literally was eating people.
Sounds about right.
Right? So it's full of witchcraft and sacrifice, and Esau, all your witchcraft is gonna fail you, man.
That's right.
Right? All of it's gonna come to naught. Bring it out, brother.
It's in Psalm
And
6,
the
4,
God
8.
got one too.
It's Psalm 6, 4, and 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves." Yep. all that see them shall flee away. You know, and you're seeing their tongue fall upon themselves with the various media that they're coming out with. Like the elder said, man, all the predictive programming, the movies and the TV shows they come out with, showing you what their 30-year plan is down the pipeline, bringing up history and things of that nature, you know, on the slide, you know, and brushing past it. I was watching something with my rib like 2 days ago, and it was like a college TV show called Grownish.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
And they was talking about getting some strippers. Dickie Simmons' character and the other dude was talking about getting some strippers, right? And he was going to see this one stripper that's like a so-called stripper therapist. And then he said, oh, she don't work on Fridays. She don't dance on Fridays.
He's a stripper therapist.
She is.
She's a stripper therapist. So she gives therapy to strippers.
No, she's a stripper and she'll give you therapy while she dancing.
Stripping is a therapy.
Yeah. It's bugged out. It's bugged out. It's bugged out. But there was a little tidbit in the scene though, because in the scene she said how come she don't dance on Fridays? He said it's a Sabbath. Like, come on, bro. You see, they threw a line there, but it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of did the same thing in this one too, because they actually talked about the day of Pentecost, and this ogre poisoned everybody on the day of Pentecost, and they all fell asleep and he ate them. So this shit is heavy, man. And what they're showing you is that this society operates on the left-hand side, and that demons and things like that, you know, the evil messengers that they. You know, the Esau is really dealing with their left-hand side, and these people are walking among you. So they're your school teachers, your doctors, or lawyers. When they have them eyes wide shut meetings, these are your news broadcasters and all. They're all involved in this shit.
To back up what you just said and what Benji had said earlier about these nurses, and that's not a coincidence. Years ago, one of the first TV shows that was on mainline TV was called Julia. And Julia was Diane Carroll, and she was a fucking nurse.
Yep.
And you know how it influenced.
Dental hygienist just spoke up about and said on the shovel teeth with Jake.
Right. and so you know how they witchcraft and they TV shows and they movies influence. It was an influx of bitches that wanted to be nurses. Behind that TV show. Behind Diane Carroll.
It was programmed. It was set up.
And that was all set up by Esau Edom anyway.
Absolutely. That's
because the women are more docile. They
and
naturally,
nurturers.
And
they're nurturers.
Nurturers. So they follow after the power. All right. They follow after power, man. They follow after, and they don't come against Esau. Esau can tell them some fucked up shit. And they're like, okay.
Right, yeah, you said it right, because they gotta do it to be nurturers. They were nurturers, they would take care of their fucking kids.
Oh, really?
These nurses have terrible bedside manners. Right, you got nurses like Nurse Ratchet. You know what Nurse Ratchet is?
No.
Oh, well, you should find out who she is. All right?
That's
read
crazy.
the book or watch the Netflix show. She was a damn murderer.
Yes.
All right? And that's a lot of them do that. You got the ones, it's a whole thing. I didn't even know. This shit is crazy. There's a lot of nurses, they feel like they're giving you mercy, they'll kill you off. Oh, they're kill you off. They think they sent by God, they'll be 7-day evangelists, all types of shit. This happens a lot.
They did it to my grandma.
They did it to my dad. My dad came in there and my dad was still popping a 40-year-old. He was in his 70s.
Hey, my grandfather was 84 and had a 44-year-old girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring it up.
And the brother
my
said,
aunt was mad because she was like, she's my age.
And they know my
was like,
right. hey, my sister was mad because she my dad's girl was her age. You know what I'm saying? And Pops didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And
you want to
shut up,
Cal. He didn't care that much, but you know, at the same time, because she was all about, you know, Pops. You know, but yeah, these I remember when he was in the hospital and it was a male nurse, and every time I came in there to see my dad, when he was good to when he was bad, he was always at the goddamn catheter putting some motherfucking poison in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And one day he was cool and moving around talking. Next day, he got the thing, the motherfucker can't come out, and all he do is nod.
That's what happened.
And then the next day, he was gone. And then they got him on the thing, and I told my brother, I told Yak, and I told the other one, I said, that's not my dad. He ain't in there. They got him this. I said, this is a machine keeping him, like, he gone. Because the day before, remember when we fed him?
To keep the body.
You know, that was his last day when he was live because everything they put in there, everything is money. It's all about
It's all about money, man. And
Petroleum
especially doing it when that scene thing was going on.
Oh man,
Look, my father went from getting ready to get being an outpatient to not coming home ever again.
man.
He was supposed to
That's what they said.
become an outpatient, and the next day I get the phone call. Like, what the hell you mean?
They told me he's
talking
getting
about letting
better.
him go yesterday.
They say he's walking now, and I'm seeing my dad walking the hallways, and they're getting better, and everything. He didn't have nothing in his mouth or nothing. The very next day, his house was bedridden.
Yeah.
The very next day, they had him on the machines, and the next day, we told him to pull the machine, pull the plug, because he's
I wish I
going.
remember I was watching and I discovered that I
This
tell
might
you what
make
to
me
look
mad,
at.
man.
That shit is real.
Yeah, because my grandmother, before they shut up, she was screaming and hollering about it. My grandmama, before they hit her, she was like, "Get me out of here!" I remember this shit. I remember this shit like a motherfucker. Cause I went when the kids can go and see their grandparents. She talking to my mama, "Get me out of here! They killed her! They killed her! They put something in her! They killed her!"
She probably woke up and saw
Yeah.
the motherfucker
They
next to her.
she say they thought she was asleep and she wasn't asleep and she was watching TV. They thought she was asleep. The lady she was sharing the bed with, they didn't know that my grandmama was still woke.
She put something. She
And
saw.
they came in there late night. They hit her with something. They put something in the IV, and she say they came in there. I heard them talking, and they put something in the IV, and she was gone. They killed her. Get me out of here. Then the nurse came up to my mama. My grandmama stopped talking to my mama, because my granny felt that my mother is the reason why she died, because my grandmama told me get her out of there. And the nurse told my mama to get out of there.
Damn.
The nurse came and told my mama, say, "Look, you need to get her out of there because she talking too much." What they call it, she warned her. She say, your mother talking too much. You need to get her out of there. I mean, it's 1999. She died 2 days after my birthday. Was that November 21st? I remember this shit like it was yesterday. My granny was the only person I was really close with in that family. So, but they hit her. She came and the next day she couldn't talk. She couldn't talk no more. After she couldn't talk no more, she could nod, like you were saying. She could nod. She could respond like a nod, but she ain't had the strength to talk. But every time everybody came in there, she talked to them. But every time my mama came in there, she wouldn't talk to them. Because she wouldn't talk to her because the lady told her to get her the fuck out of there.
Okay.
And she ain't get her out of there. And it was a nurse that told her. They be offing Jake, and that's why Jake don't be like going to hospitals, because even amongst Israel, it's the saying. Hey, like the roaches. Hey, look, roaches check in, they don't check out. Jake go in there, but Jake don't come out. You know?
I gotta appreciate
They'll falsely prescribe you shit, you know?
All right, this is Job 13:4, right? Because he put that's the spirit. Somebody put up on the screen, but this is it says but Job 13:4, and it says but ye are forgers of lies.
That's right.
Ye are all physicians of no value.
That's right.
No
all right.
value.
Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning, and hearken unto the pleading of my lips. When you speak wickedly for God and talk deceitfully for Him, and that's what they do with their policies.
Oh yeah.
You know, and with their witchcraft.
If I may, just to back up what real, this is real quick, Sirach 38:4. Yahweh have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Well, you know, J.D. Rockefeller came against all that.
That's right.
Yeah,
And all the people that was doing that, you know, he was calling them quacks, or getting them locked up, and getting their licenses, you know, their medical licenses taken away from them. And these people have been healing people for generation after generation after generation. And now, you know, that art is almost lost.
That's right.
You know, because there are certain people, a lot of things that grow that we call weeds and just step over and cut over.
That's
A
right.
lot of that stuff is medicine. It can actually heal and fix you.
Yeah, the dog.
Your dandelion.
Yeah.
You're gonna take your dandelion is a superfood. It's a
Yeah,
super
you can
fucking
eat it,
food.
and you can make
eat
tea out of it.
You make a tea out of it, and you can use it for medicinally for problems, medicine. You can dandelion is a superfood that people like.
Get
Let me
rid
get
of
the
headache.
weed be gone. You know, let me get the weed be gone and put actual poison in my ground.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Personally, I think dandelions are pretty.
They beautiful.
They look good. I don't.
You got green and yellow together. That's
And they white when they got that and you get the little blowies things that blow up. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's
my yard full of
major beautiful creation by the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, because they look like they got a fro.
Right. That's all it's
Hey,
you got you got wild lettuce. You got wild lettuce that you walk over. You have onions that you walk over. You got mulberries. You go to Washington Park. You still got mulberry trees out there. All right.
There's a couple right here in this neighborhood.
Yes.
On 102nd. Right near York. It's a couple. It's a whole bunch of mulberry bushes.
Yeah, because the street be stained up and whatnot.
Yes, with the sidewalk.
Right, but you don't see them like you used to. Right. They used to be everywhere.
The plantains. You got the plantains that look like a banana, but then you got a herb called a plantain.
So when I was a kid, the ladies in the neighborhood used to make pies out of it.
That's right.
I used to climb it. There was one by my house, and when that was a big old tree, we used to climb and play that tree.
We had them
and eat while we was up there.
That's right. Now check it. Now you know when you go to the park and you got those. It's like the little the vegetation that got like two little antennae that that be at the park a lot. That's a plantain. You take that. There's so much nutritional value in a time of Jacob's trouble, in a time where the famine. All right, Jake gonna be sitting up there looking for the hot country curls and a morsel of meat, and they're gonna be walking right past food. Yeah. It's a lot of these trees, like I was talking to Yak about yesterday. It was a tree right by his house after we got out the dojo. And it looked like it was leaking. I said, that tree is oversapped. When a tree has so much sap, it's going to leak out. I said, all you got to do is put a little nail and put a little hole and make a tap. And you put a little container and you got syrup, but you can also tap water for water. Yeah. And going back to what we said a little bit earlier, you can tap a tree for electricity. Yeah. Jake is so...
Salaki, brother, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay, brother.
But nature has so many things that are beneficial, you know.
Bro.
The Mashi Pop was breaking down to me how, you know, those cones, that fall from the pine tree. That's how you cleanse your water. You can actually use those to cleanse water. And then he told me about it. He's the first person I ever said. Then I saw a bunch of videos about it. I was like, man.
That's the next verse. Verse 5. Was not the water made sweet with wood? That the virtue thereof might be known. Yeah. Matter of fact, right now, if there's a short the collapse happens, and they shut the water down, you turn your tap and it's and there's nothing coming out of your tap water. 99% of people not gonna even know what to do with water. If you go to still water, they're gonna go drink that water. That's the worst water to fucking drink. Yep. They don't know how to get water out of the earth naturally. Through the Spirit of the Lord.
Dig deep enough.
Well, you dig deep enough, you can get it, but you can get it out.
You can get it out of trees.
You got multi-resources of water. You can get it out the air. The brother and Flint, Michigan.
Plants to get the water, the water.
That's come on, brother. Cucumbers. They're 95% water. All right.
Yeah. Watermelon.
Right. Watermelon. Watermelon.
All melons.
Right. But the one dude in Michigan, he made the machine that brings and pulls out water from the air. And when Flint was going through that crisis with water,
they kept destroying. They kept destroying the damn thing.
Yeah, and they kept shooting it up and sabotaging.
So why is that?
They hit certain components.
Moses West Foundation.
That's the guy from
yes.
I got.
He be everywhere.
You got one, brother?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is on Sirach on Ecclesiasticus 39 and 21. A man need not to say what is this. Wherefore is that? For he have made all things for their uses. His blessing covered the dry land as a river, and the water it is as a flood. As he have turned the water into saltless, so should the heathens inherit his worth. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they a stumbling block unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man life are water, fire, and iron, and salt, flour, of wheat, honey.
Half the things he mentioned, we'll start again with the list.
It says the principal things For the whole use of man life are water.
That's why they corrupt water the most. They got water in bottles now. And for the record,
Plastic.
every top of the first of all, the majority of them in plastic, which already contaminates the water. You get thousands and thousands of plastic particles and molecules that go into the water that you drink that forever
goes into your system.
Plastic doesn't biodegrade. It takes thousands and thousands and thousands.
Clog up your arteries.
Right.
Yeah.
Clog up your arteries and your veins, give you high blood pressure, all kind of issues.
And any brothers that drink water, you try to get the water with the blue cap or the black cap. That's the best of the bullshit. Because you get to the white cap or the green cap, all that's processed in dead water and it's not healthy for you.
That's
all right. That's why they manipulate the water, because that's the number one thing we need to exist. Our bodies are over 80-90% water.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It said water, fire, arm, and
Iron?
salt.
You said iron?
Yeah, iron.
Okay.
And salt.
Salt. Now they fucked up the salt. They got the white iodine.
Oh, skip over the iron. Skip over the iron. They took away all the iron pans and pots.
True that.
Now got you eating off a fucking
spaceship. DuPont plastic testicle. Bullshit.
Yeah, I used to call them the home defense pots.
That's right.
That's right.
The little cast iron skillets. I got a bunch of them. I still cook them.
And you need the iron actually goes into your food, which goes into your body. Your body needs iron.
That shit kills you.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Salakis for skipping over iron.
And
Go
iron
ahead.
is a heat regulator, so it helps you with your temperature regulation in your body. So if you ever get a fever, the iron helps regulate that, so it'll help you with your seizures and things like that. They have something called fever seizures, and if your body goes over like 104, 105, your body will have a seizure to regulate the temperature in order to get the temperature down. But if you don't have enough iron in your system, that seizure is damn near paramount to happen. But if you have enough iron in your system, you won't have a seizure. You know?
Wow.
The prophets.
My son was having those seizures during COVID. I'm damn. It's like
my son
You didn't say nothing wrong.
He said during COVID. You ain't say he had COVID.
And my dad just had a seizure 3 days ago. And he doesn't have any iron in the system.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah, well, they've taken most of the minerals out, and that's why people are so sick. So many men. And it all goes back to another reason why the people are rebelling, because these topics that we're talking about, even the heathen are complaining about.
That's right.
That's right.
I mean, the untold videos, so many, where the heathen are complaining about the very same thing. We're complaining about now, and all this is going to help lead is going to lead up to the Civil War, which is prophesied to happen.
That's right.
And it's going to turn into a race war. All the above, man.
That's right.
Second Ezra's 50, because we're gonna close with that. Second Ezra's because we know when they finally do decide to go, because they were what is it, about 2-3 days ago, they had blackouts in 3 states. All right, so they're getting ready to do this thing, and plus the shortages because of the the interruption on the goods and services.
And they just released the information talking about, China has the capability to hit us, so we don't have running water. What you mean? So how do you know China got this technology, but you don't have the counter to it?
Right.
God knows. They feel it.
And the thing is that they're very well aware of it because they have the technology. China has it, Russia has it, and America has it. Just like they all three have the heart. All three have the
weather modification.
They all have that laser thing that they can fire from
direct energy
from the satellites. They all have it. All right. They all can aim a tornado or earthquake at you. That's why they're careful about using it. Because they already know if they blast China with one, China gonna hit them back.
And the funny thing is, that's in G.I. Joe, in the old cartoons. They had them talking about, they have weather modification shit. We're gonna snow out this place, or we're gonna the bad guy, I forgot Cobra Commander. They're about to go over there and you know what I'm saying? But that was all in there. That's how Esau does. He'll do it in a kid's cartoon. Put it in there. And I grew up watching this shit, so I was like, oh, wait a minute. I remember
Yeah, a lot of them old 1980s,
The G.I. Joe,
1990s
X-Men,
cartoons. They put out a lot of stuff that's going on today was in those cartoons.
Oh yeah, but Batman they put Skull and Bones in it. That fucking shot, pow, boom, fucking.
Yeah,
They say Batman was in one of them.
Well, I was holding a precept, but the spirit passed on. But I was going to make mention to the famine. So basically, with the trucking, the load board's fucked up. So you have a lot of truckers just sitting there. So I mean, no goods being put to the warehouses.
Okay.
See,
so they contribute to the
storehouse
becoming empty, which goes into 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. You know, the storehouse is becoming empty.
Go ahead, get it.
So
you brought it up, get it. Somebody get 2nd Ezra 9. We gonna get ready to wrap.
Hey, Big Zach, can I read this?
Absolutely.
This Nahum, the 3rd chapter. I'm gonna get straight to the point, verse 12. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe figs, which of course is talking about his military, but the scripture is manifold. Because America has many strongholds. You know, what makes this place great? The democracy, the currency, all right? The fact it's supposed to be looked at, and all the other countries model their societies based off of it, their financial systems based off of it. All this shit is failing though, man. All right, Esau was not doing anything to keep it going. They only actually making it worse. Like
Let it fall apart.
Isaiah 19, they swallow their own vomit, man.
God. And it turns out that America really didn't care about the other nations because they only cared about themselves. And as a result of that, the nations are angry, man.
Well, they got you. They got you. They paying you to take their trash. Think they care about you? The shit that don't biodegraded, which they can't keep over here, they paying you Chinese motherfuckers to take it to fuck your land up. You think they care about you? When they can make the damn plastic out of corn. That's right. Remember Fat Burger that was on 95th? That was one of their things.
Right.
Our plastic is made from corn. Technically, you can eat the damn plastic.
That's right.
So why are you giving us this bullshit that fucks with your junk?
And then glass, which is made out of sand, there's more motherfucking sand than anything. It's the cheapest thing them to do is make some glass.
Well,
they stopped making glass bottles. Well, because
all you gotta do is heat the glass.
I mean, they used to say it.
Oh, okay.
It was this show. Damn, it's something. Whatever his name is, it's whatever his name is ruins everything. I think Adam ruins everything. Yep, Adam ruins everything. He was going until when everything came in plastic, you could get a nickel back, 10 cent back to recycle it, and then reuse it.
Yep.
But they came in plastic because it was cheaper. And then when all the pollution happened with the plastic, they got an Italian and play an Indian and blaming people for the plastic as if they produced the damn shit. The actual plastic companies was the ones that hired them to make these commercials to blame you for the pollution. Right. Yeah. Like the cigarette companies are the ones that do the tobacco warning commercials.
Right.
You know, these songs are the master devil, man.
And with that show, Adam ruins everything.
He really ruins
basically,
everything.
it's the love. Huh? Oh no, I was gonna say. It goes back to that one scripture: the love of money is the root of all evil. Basically, that whole show was like it all went back to money, somehow, some way.
Yeah, he exposed the Edomites. Their tongue really fell on him.
Mm-hmm.
He showed a lot of shit. Let me finish this. All that stronghold should be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater. But his kingdom is right. Everything about this place is through. Whatever you looked at that made America great is military might, it's advanced weaponry. All right, these other nations got the same shit and better. Because the Cold War never ended for these other countries. All right, the U.S. dollar is going out the fucking window. All right, what's the word I'm looking for? Are you proud of your nation? That patriotic spirit. The patriotic spirit is now a cancer.
That's right.
All right, that's why all this division is happening. Because being a patriot is a cancer.
Yes.
You got the left that want this bullshit agenda.
You seem to be right. Right, they're mad at us with all the Bible and all that truth and history and shit. Now they mad at the patriots. All that Constitution and shit. So they mad. You can't make these devils happy, man.
That's what they don't show when you know about the IRS thing, about it being legal. There's been so many cases of Edomites, of course, that's been trying to fight against the damn 16th Amendment, which makes not wages, income legal to tax. Which the whole thing is, wages is not income. There's been a lot of Edomites. They show a lot. IRS website got a lot of cases listed. They got a whole little section talking about this is why it's legal. This case it ain't been challenged. The Supreme Court confirmed this. This courts have confirmed this. They list cases. There's a lot of fucking cases of Edomites going against them, man. In fact, there's a whole thing with Ohio. What wasn't even a state when they ratified it. They weren't supposed to be. There's a whole big thing about it. This shit is not supposed to be in law.
Well,
and there's so many
Color
people.
law.
It's just like everything else, just like Title 4D. All right, and like you said, there's been so many individuals who were insiders to come out. That woman, that video you showed with that black woman, that sister,
Yeah.
she was the first person I ever saw, and I saw her way back in like 2005, 2006. She was talking about this. All right, and then there's been a whole slew of other former IRS agents and things, and it's them, it's their own insiders that are telling you this. This is all illegal. But go ahead and get that, brother.
2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. You know, and that's pretty much when you see the trucker stop, I mean everything else gonna shut down quickly because you got what 2-3 days if they say
if that.
But really with the slow movement because the cargo shipping ports, that shit is vital. So when you see trucks not moving at the fucking cargo ports, that means shit's really bad. You know, because they depend on them trucks to be loaded and on the road. You know, and then with the regulations, they trying to loosen the drive time. They want to add 2 more hours of drive time to try to give drivers more time to get the product there, get the goods there.
Wow,
They're desperate.
So they're trying to add 2 more hours now.
Yeah, they're desperate, especially in DC area, or the DMV area.
Well, it pulls Ecclesiastes when it says the grind should cease, it's gonna be low because a lot of these, like you said, a lot of trucking people, and my stepdaughter dad, he a truck driver and he ain't getting no business. He got his own business. He ain't getting no money.
Yeah,
either.
same thing with my stepson. He got his own truck. He drives the truck, and he this is a guy. And I told him this a couple years back when he got the truck, because he been trying to do that for some years now. And he got a little money from when his grandfather died, and he went and bought a truck. And I was like, well, that's good. I'm glad, you're trying to encourage him to do your own thing. But are you sure you want to do that? Because that business is not. I mean, it might be falling apart. And now and he's like, damn, man, I should have listened to you. And I was like, yeah, you should listen to me on a lot of things.
Bahrain.
He have ears to hear.
Bahrain's got years in it, and his company let him come back in and go back into like a support personnel in the process of, with the ability to be able to bag up because he still can drive a route and this, that, and other.
He got a lot of certificates. He got a lot of certifications.
Yeah, I was just saying, Bahrain got crazy certifications in there.
He can drive shit that's some motherfuckers.
Yeah, he can drive shit that's dangerous and havoc as
can't
well.
drive.
Hazmat tanker.
Hazmat.
That's the highest shit.
Yeah, he been driving for years, and they treated him like shit. Hate this fucking place, man.
No, you can't duck and dodge the curses. But
that's the curse.
Somebody get that 2nd Ezra 15, and we're gonna get ready.
This 2nd Ezra 15, we'll get to 14. There's 2nd Ezra 15 and 14.
14.
It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another."
And it's not going to be just black on black, black on white, white on.
It's gonna be a free for all.
It's
Royal Rumble. It's gonna be a Royal Rumble because you're gonna have the racial aspect in there. You're gonna have the patriot aspect in there. You're gonna have the migrant aspect, the gangbanging aspect. You're gonna have the redneck aspect. You're gonna have the rich
Absolutely, the class
You're gonna have the class, all that, man. They just gonna have the opportunities. It's just have, we happen to show up to the same place to get the same water supply.
Everybody trying to throw everybody.
I'm kicking in the front door, you kicking in the back door. We coming and we meet in the middle because we both coming out there.
I was there first,
right?
My shit.
So it's gonna be crazy out there.
You seen that the movie World War Z?
World War Z. They were in the
supermarket, and the police came running in there, and they were trying to get his Brad Pitt's wife and shit, and she was yelling for the police officer, and he grabbed a baby food and ran.
Oh yeah, he got that. You on your own, home.
Hey, but then, see, the Lord said it in the book of Daniel. It's a time unlike any time on ever.
Yeah.
And when every time I think of that scripture, I'm like, well, damn, the slave ships and that passage. It's worse than that.
Yeah.
It's worse
than buck breaking.
Yeah, I was about to enter the plantations,
because guess what? That rape is gonna come back in a big way.
Great.
And it's not just women.
That's right.
It's gonna be
Dude
getting
Cat up north just got raped by a guy.
Dude Cat got dude catted. Or dude means it goes back to dude. It goes back to the pop. And you look at etymology, it means a sodomite.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess dude
Don't call me dude.
Now that I know, yeah. Yeah, he got it. He got his. Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. He got his pockets ran and his Gucci ran.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard pockets,
Got that
man.
round pocket ring.
You know, speaking of that, you know, in Milwaukee, there's a lot of kidnappings and murderings of these girls and stuff. Like in Milwaukee, they're kidnapping girls and chopping up their bodies.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a black
I
market.
just saw a
genre
story
spirit
where
is that.
some dude did that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some Edomite just
Yeah, this
on
was
the
2 weeks
date,
ago.
chopped up the nigga
Yeah.
woman and how spread her body all over the place.
Yep, all over Milwaukee. This just happened 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
It sounds like a black market.
Come.
Yeah, man. Well, go ahead and finish that second answer, man.
It said, and sword, I'm gonna read it again. This second Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, with swords in their hand. For there should be sedition amongst men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions should stand in their power.
Yeah, like in that Civil War, you know, when he said, "What kind of American are you?" You know,
which one?
So you're gonna have the Patriots versus the ones who it's just gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
And they're gonna stand up and fight one against another, and they're not gonna give a damn about their police
The law.
officers. And guess what? Most police officers are not gonna
Don't give a fuck.
gonna work. And then a lot of these police officers and sheriffs belong to these militias.
Yeah, kind of.
So it's and just like most of these sheriffs didn't want to say that they would not enforce all these codes and statutes that's not law. All right.
Which is why they bring in the foreigners in.
When they were trying to snatch up people's weapons and stuff.
Right.
They said they're not going to enforce that, man. And the ATF, guess they don't have the manpower to go around and enforce and do all that. So that's right. So they're gonna try to use these foreigners in the military to do it, man. That's what their whole gun control thing was about. Because they were trying to no, they a lot of guys came over here already prior military, and a lot of the special ones came from South America and from Western Asia. They got plenty of experience, more experience than the soldiers here.
Jungle.
It's gonna be the opposite.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is, and that time is close. And
That's right.
We're the only people that are actually looking forward to it.
That's right.
That's right.
Everyone else is panicking and worried. We want the Lord to go ahead and get this, because that's the only way to get to the next stage, man.
That's right.
That's right.
We got to go through that straight narrow gate where narrow, only one person can go across, man.
That's right.
Before we go
You can't have a baby without birth pains, without the pain of birth, man. It has to happen.
And to squeeze into the birth canal.
The kingdom is coming in very painfully, man, through much suffering.
That's right. And he likened it as a woman in travail. So if a woman who vagina can push out a 13-pound baby, all right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord likens us entering into the kingdom as us going through that very narrow.
Rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if y'all haven't experienced it, trust me, they let out some blood curdling.
Babies come in the world crying, and so do their mom.
Yeah.
All right.
Quick precept, because we're gonna be straight. This is what we want. Second Ezra chapter 2, verse
go.
27.
Go.
Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but you shall be married and have abundance.
John Ritter was throwing a fit on the internet, get mad at the Amalekites for drawing America, and you drawing us into this war. We're all gonna die, my children and my country, and I don't want to die. I don't want my children to die, and I love my country. And I'm like, right? Too bad, so sad. Sucks to be you. All right.
That's right.
Is there some more to that, brother?
Yeah, that's more. On this second Ezra 15 and 17. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able.
Mashallah.
For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid, which a lot of destruction is coming to these people.
Yeah, man. So when they destroy your house, man, most people are gonna be in the house when it's getting destroyed, and it's not gonna turn out too well for them.
No, not at all.
Right?
That's right.
Some of them are gonna actually defend the house, but at what cost?
Yeah.
You know, they done killed your sons, you know, your wife. They was actually able to grab one of your daughters and run off with her. You know, it's just it's yeah. And so now you down manpower, down bullets, and now are you gonna survive the next wave?
Nope.
All right. Hey, so if the Lord ain't with you, man.
That's
So
right.
with that, man, we gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem.
Abba.
Bomb Yasharala!